So the CISO, Chief Information Security Officer, needs to be careful when they start working with the company. When a new CISO is hired, the temptation is to go through and just change everything. Temptation is to say, okay, your firewall's crap, your SIM's crap, your antivirus is crap, endpoint detection and response is crap, everything's crap. So before they do that, number one, a CISO should invest some time learning the business, identifying what the biggest risks are to the business, not even mention anything about the current technology. That'll just make you look bad, especially considering other people that were probably stakeholders in that decision are probably still there at that company, even if the previous CISO is not. One thing I would ask for is a copy of the board slides for the previous couple years of board meetings, a copy of the last couple annual IT and cybersecurity budgets, and then kind of projects in flight. What implementations, what has been purchased, and what's in implementation right now? What's the current stack? What software do you have already deployed? What is out there? Do you have Orca? Do you have Wiz? Do you have, Rapid7? Do you have Palo Alto? Like, what technologies are in place and what functions are they serving? Do you have does every employee have a password manager? Is MFA deployed? And what technologies are you using for this? Do you have frequent pen tests? Who's doing them? Who's your external auditor? Who's doing internal audit? Do you have an internal audit team, etc.? Is there somebody in the organization responsible for compliance or risk other than you? And who should you be working with? Is general counsel inside the company available? If not, they might outsource legal, but most larger companies have general counsel inside. So are those people available to ask questions of? What contracts are already signed? And then the team you have, what is the team comfortable with? What are they using? What's their skill set right now? The reason I say these things is you should never go in and try to rip and tear technology. Let's say you come in and their SIM is Elasticsearch, and you love Splunk or Rapid7 or something else, and you want to deploy Splunk. Why? Why would you want to do that? Oh, because you trust it, you like it, you know how to do playbooks. You're a CISO now. There's nothing wrong with any other team in the world. There's nothing, that's bad with FortiSIM. There's nothing bad with any of these. You can use what technology you have without creating a lot of waves and, rip and tear, signing new contracts, etc. I encourage you, unless your solution is woefully inadequate, to not make big changes. Now, if you have Symantec antivirus there, pull that damn thing. Just start lining up a plan to get rid of it and replace it with SentinelOne or CrowdStrike or something. But in general, your cyber stack is not something you should just start monkeying with in your first couple days there. Find out what it is, kind of start outlining your current risks, and ask about integrations. If you have a bunch of best-of-breed point solutions, how are they integrated? How are logs from Cisco Umbrella and Duo and LastPass and Mimecast, etc.? How are all these things being pulled in? Are they integrated with your SIM? Is your SOC able to look at those and make informed decisions? Are the correlation rules set up right? Are their playbooks set up right? Like, what level of maturity do you guys have there? That's the kind of evaluation you should be doing. It shouldn't be something where you're ripping and tearing and making things miserable for people. So, the reason why I said you should ask for the last couple years of board slides is so you can see what the CISO has presented previously, if at all. And if you're under somebody else, like let's say the CISO's under the CFO or the CIO, and you're reporting to the board through that person, how that gets added in is cybersecurity, 2 lines in the middle of the CIO's brief, but it doesn't really mean anything. Those are the kind of questions that I would ask. I think it's more important for you to build relationships when you start at a company. Learn how the business works, who the key executives are, who the managers are, who's on the team and what the teams do. Org chart, learn how everything works, how the organization makes money, what obstacles the organization has in general, not just cybersecurity stuff. Like, okay, we have inventory that gets backed up in front of delivery doors so we can't get shipments out, things like that. Learn kind of what the headaches are in the organization. Make some friends. Take people out to dinner or lunch. Get to know people on your team. Get to know people within the organization. Find out who is going to be your biggest opponent or biggest friction point, and make a huge effort to make that person your big ally. So if you're coming in as CISO and there's a director of engineering that's in charge of all the development, and they are under the CIO, but this director of engineering is basically a CTO, is well known for developing all kinds of amazing stuff at other companies and has been hired to make big waves here. And everything you say to them, even at the beginning of the relationship, they know that they are going to oppose everything you do because they don't want you in their way. They don't want security to be a stopper. They just want to keep moving forward as fast as possible. Okay. How do you work with this person? They're going to oppose you every way. Get to know them, figure out what they do, and ask them, okay, how is security slowing you guys down? How is security getting in your way right now? What can I do to embrace that? So that we don't have to do some security review. Can I get security to be, our security guys to be a part of your change management team or your Jeff stand-up or something like that, so that we're a part of your everyday flow rather than a big thing at the end that just slows you down. What can we do to improve your CI/CD process? Are there security stoppages there? How do we do static and dynamic code review and actually help you get code out that's safe quickly and in an automated process? Those kind of things, like, start those relationships. Find out why the guy thinks that you're going to be a headache for him, and do everything you can to rip down those barriers for that person to make them your biggest ally. Once you've done that, you should be very successful in what you do. But approach relationships at your new job like that. You're a CISO at a company. Don't start ripping and tearing. Do what you can to make relationships and then improve people's lives. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.